Everybody ready? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good evening. I'm Greg Willis, Collin County District Attorney. Today, justice was served. A year ago, when this senseless murder unfolded, I said that it had struck a deep nerve in Collin County and far beyond. I asked our community to ignore all the noise and instead be level-headed and patient as the process worked. And today, the process delivered accountability. We are grateful to this jury, and we are grateful that the good citizens of Collin County had an opportunity to weigh in on this case. I'm proud of the exceptional work of Bill Werski and our team of prosecutors, DA investigators, and victim advocates, and all the good and outstanding men and women of the Collin County District Attorney's Office. We thank all the parents and their brave kids who did the right thing. Despite the trauma of witnessing the senseless murder at a school track meet, they cooperated fully and testified truthfully. Their courage was essential to securing justice in this case. I'm especially honored to be joined here today by Jeff and Megan Metcalf and their son Hunter. Their strength and grace through this has been Their strength and grace throughout this unimaginable journey has been inspiring. They won't be taking questions at this time, but their presence here speaks volumes about their commitment to seeking justice for Austin. I want to thank Judge Rhodes for presiding over this trial with fairness and efficiency. I want to thank Frisco PD for their investigation. I want to thank the Collin County Sheriff's Office led by Sheriff Skinner for providing the security for the courthouse. I want to thank all law enforcement throughout the county for making this a safe trial for everyone. This verdict sends a clear message. Violence like this won't be tolerated in our Collin County community, and we remain committed to protecting our schools and standing with victims and their families.
Well, everybody can see that the verdict is in. Karmelo Anthony was sentenced to 35 years in prison. 35 years. The jury deliberated for 3 hours and they came back. Right? Now, mind you, this case was like a week. The judge didn't send the jury to go back in and do, no. This was open and shut. Now, we had all kinds of allegations that the judge and the DA knew each other, and the DA and the father was friends. Now, all this stuff can't be proven right now, but this Anthony Brian Logan, also known as ABL, he's been under fire from his conservative group because he's taken a position to defend Karmelo Anthony, and man, his people are livid with him. They are upset. They want his head on the platter. They are not supporting ABL and the things that ABL has been saying. Now, mind you, this was like an open and shut case, because for them to come back in only 3 hours, right, of deliberations, they already had their minds made up on Karmelo Anthony being guilty. But let's get off into Anthony Brian Logan and what he said in regards to this case.
In this case of Karmelo Anthony, what started it? Here come these 2 6 foot tall, 200-something pounds football players, the little 5'9", 130-pound new black kid. When it's raining, get out of my seat. You started it. The reaction, you can squabble about whether it was too much, whether it was over the top, but we cannot ignore the nexus of the confrontation. Karmelo Anthony has been found guilty of murder out there in Collin County, Texas, after the 2025 track meet incident in which he stabbed Austin Metcalf. Now, straight away, I'm going to say it. This was a gross miscarriage of justice. Gross miscarriage of justice. This was not murder. Whether you believe the stabbing was right or wrong, it doesn't matter. Let's talk about what the law says. The law says that you must intentionally or knowingly cause someone's death. This refers to when you get up in the morning and say, you know what, I'm going to go take this man's life. When you pull out a gun, you're trying to rob him, something like that. That's a manslaughter. Is when you do something reckless that causes someone to lose their life, like playing with a gun, it goes off and then somebody gets shot. Neither of those things happen here. So it wasn't even manslaughter. It's not even like, oh, well, give him manslaughter. Nah, this was self-defense. This is not guilty. Self-defense says you must reasonably believe that you are at risk of great bodily harm or death. Now, if you're 5'8", 130 pounds, here comes Austin Metcalf, 6 foot tall, 215 pounds, and it's his brother and maybe 2 more people. You feel like you're in danger, you're at risk. That's self-defense. Just like with Trayvon Martin, Zimmerman said, I was getting beat up too much by Trayvon Martin, so I had to pull my, and he beat it. There's been countless cases like this, and it wouldn't matter the color. If it was 2 black kids attacking Logan, and then he takes one of their life, oh well, because you can't go putting your hands on people, you can't go assaulting people, and then claim to be the victim. I don't know where they do that at. I don't know what part of the country you guys are in, what part of the world you guys are in.
That's the cruise going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a cruise going on.
That's freedom of the sea.
I got him, Kayla. I got him. I got
Karmelo Anthony, class of 2025, Centennial High School, Frisco, Texas.
Let me get you one.
Yeah. You gotta.
The lamb.
How the lamb, baby?
Now, ABL, he's picked a side and he's stuck to it. And a lot of these people was riding with ABL when he sided against black people on multiple cases. He sided with black people. He sided with W folks. Now, he sided with W folks, right? And so many of these cases where we was calling ABL a sellout, we was calling ABL all kinds of names, right? Because ABL seemed like he was doing anything just to be over there with them W folks, right? When that man put that knee on that brother's neck for 8 minutes, ABL was the one going around saying he was unalive of a fentanyl overdose, right? ABL made all kinds of excuses for these police powers of black men. He did all kinds of stuff. But in this Karmelo Anthony case, he said that this was self-defense and that boy had no business putting his hands on Karmelo Anthony. Well, his supporters, they start coming out. One said, ABL has become the perfect example of how you can only hide stupidity for so long. Explain to us why he had a knife at a track event. What the F is wrong with you lately? This is the most clear-cut case of murder if there was ever one, right? Then somebody said, yeah, he's a radical pro-black disguised as a conservative. Yeah, it's become very apparent recently. Agreed. Unsubscribe. I just did. You lost me. Unsubscribe, ABL becoming the amazing Lucas right before our eyes. So far, all of your comments are against your take. Your subs will drop, just saying. You can't be serious, ABL. Worst take you ever had. Anthony Brian Logan grifted us for a long time. We trusted him, and he chose tribalism over the facts. He's not who we thought he was. Oh, truly disappointed in your take on this. You lost me on this one. Best of luck from this point. Did you get hit in the head? Wow. I can't believe that's your stance. You lost a follower. What is wrong with you? He unalived, right? I used to love your commentary videos, but you are way off on this one. Thumbs down from me. Unsubscribed. So his people are turning on him because he's no longer saying what they want him to say. See, all these conservatives know that they have to be the mascot. They have to say exactly what W supremacy want them to say. And if you go against what they're saying, they're going to come after you in droves, and they're not going to be playing, right? But Charleston White, he also got wind of this, and he came to social media and he said this.
We already got the money set aside for appeals bond. Why? All jury, the judge and the DA are buddies, along with the dad, best friends. That's been our trump card. We've been holding, already knew that. God has spoken, and you cannot make me believe that as many graven on that jewelry that's dealing with white guilt about going to heaven is not gonna have no compassion about a kid that's been straight A from the time he's ever read a book in school, has no history of violence, has saved children's lives by risking his own life by jumping in to save somebody from drowning. This kid has no violence. Austin, on the other hand, is a violent with some allegations hanging on his. That's why, man, they coerced it. But one thing about kids can't lie to professionals under pressure. When you was told, when you gave a statement in the beginning, you can't come back and amend it later and say, well, I meant. No, what you said that night is law. Back up right here. All we're talking about what they gonna do, they ain't gonna. You think they're gonna find him guilty and they just put manslaughter on as a charge and it wasn't on there in the beginning? You don't know law. Yeah. We already got the money set aside for appeals bond. But we wanted everything to play out how they had it. I can't wait till I walk. The family, we waiting on each other. Yeah. I've been riding with the family since day one. I'm sorry, since day 5. I wouldn't got me. Yeah, I wouldn't got woman. I'm finna treat her like shit. So I'm giving her everything she wants. You want some wings? You want some chicken wings? Say now, listen, I told y'all last year, the boys, hey sister, I told y'all it wasn't a knife, it was a compass tool. It wasn't even long enough to get it, it wasn't even long enough to, say listen, I don't give a damn how it go. Automatic win on appeal. Jury, everybody 50 plus older. You mean to tell me they can't find nobody that's a jury of his peers? A jury of his peers. I cannot believe Collin County dropped the ball like this here. I cannot believe as Collin County has been since they have existed.
Now, we're going to see how this play out. You know, I'm looking for once the appeal go through, maybe in 6 months the appeal go through, he'll be back in court in a year, or the appeal maybe go through in 6 months, and it may take a year to get back in court. So the next 18 months he'll probably be back in court, because I'm sure that they're going to get bail. They're going to try to get him while he's out on bail, fighting his case again, right? And now all the things that need to be revealed, from the video to the relationship between the judge and whoever. There's a lot of things that's going to be reviewed, because they're going to get this pushed now, take to the next higher court, and they're going to get it outside of Frisco. They're going to get this outside of Frisco. Once they get this outside of Frisco, a lot of things that was covered up is going to be uncovered, and I believe that he'll be released. But they're going to get at least 2 years out of him, though, first, before he's actually released. We'll see how this go down. We'll see how this play out, man. All prayers up to Karmelo Anthony and his family, right? But Charleston White is staying firm. Anthony Brian Logan is losing a lot of his subscribers because of his take. And like they only got to disagree with you one time. The minute they disagree with you, they turn their back on you, because they was never with you, ABL. But y'all let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.